Dan with Guardian Mold Prevent here, a mold remediation firm that specializes in removing mold from attic spaces. And I wanted to take a few minutes to look at this attic space that's located in Burr Ridge, Illinois. This is a project that we took on for a client who was trying to sell their home. And during the home inspection for a potential buyer, it was noted on the inspection report, as so many people find, that their attic has mold growth. Now, this attic is constructed with a plank roofing. Most attics now, especially with modern construction, are made with or put together with plywood sheathing, but nonetheless they are wood products that are susceptible to mold growth when there's condensation or leaks that develop in the attic space, and ultimately they need to be remediated. Now, when you're trying to sell the house, it makes it difficult because the buyers put you in a leverage position, but ultimately the mold can be remediated and handled properly. In this attic, it's a combination of poor ventilation and under insulated, and also the bathroom exhaust fans are blowing right up into this attic, which is creating a lot of moisture. Let's look at this diagram and take a look at what your attic is meant to be constructed like. You can see that you're supposed to have lower ventilation at the overhangs of the roof to allow for cold air in the wintertime to get up into the attic space, past the insulation that runs out to the outer wall, and then forces the warm air that's in the attic up and out through the mushroom vents. And you have a good insulation barrier on your ceiling to keep the house heat down and out. Now, when one of these things, either the insulation or the ventilation, is off kilter, what happens is the warm air gets trapped, you reach dew point, you condensate, and then ultimately get mold growth. Now, I want to look at a quick picture of a house. It's not the house that we're working on, but it's an example of a brick bungalow in the city that has no overhang. So in this house, it doesn't matter how far the insulation runs out to the edge of the house. It doesn't matter how much insulation is in the attic space. Ultimately, there is no air movement, and so there are various ways to correct this, but I wanted to show you an example of poor lower ventilation, because quite frankly there is none in this house, which would cause the warm air in the attic to get trapped against the ice-cold roofing members in the winter, condensate, and then get mold growth. Now let's look back at that attic in Burr Ridge. And you can see that what we've done is we've come in, we bring in an air machine, we keep the air from exchanging with the living space while we're working. We then treat everything with a biocide, which is a product that kills mold on contact, and we physically scrub down all of the surfaces of the sheathing, the plank roofing here, and the rafters. Once they're treated with the biocide and scrubbed down physically, we give the homeowner two options. They can either put on a mold stain remover and then a clear coat, and the wood looks very natural, or they can go with a white acrylic-based mold-resistant coating. Both the clear and the white coatings come with a 10-year manufacturer's warranty. We apply that coating, we leave the air machines running overnight, and we come back the next day and pull out our equipment, and the homeowner is then set to get all of the ventilation and insulation deficiencies that are leading to the condensation corrected. And ultimately, we were able to help this homeowner get this house sold.